Morning. Morning, how you doing?
Good, good.
If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you hindsight is fleeting when your heart's bleeding and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you again.
So when you're sat in the leader's jersey on this stage, what's kind of going through your head and at this point when you've still got the big section still to come?
Yeah, just a lot of intense concentration, trying not to lose the concentration, trying not to lose the wheels, trying not to come off that group. And then knowing that there's still 7 kilometers of a steep Mount Baldy to come, that takes a lot of concentration. I mean, this is one of the hardest stages in all of bike racing, probably.
It would be no exaggeration to say that Mount Baldy is the most notorious climb in Southern California. Now, it might only be 4.3 miles from Baldy Village here right to the top, but that distance is a little bit misleading because those 4.3 miles are some of the hardest miles of climbing that you can ever do, as Mr. Zabriskie here will attest to.
That's right, Dan. This climb has an average of 9%. Smokey the Bear here just told me there's parts at the top that reach 16% gradient. Smokey.
Should we go then?
Race day, critical damage. Just lay some sick track to that, like some techno music.
We're on Mount Baldy proper. You're trying to tell me that this section's not as bad as it gets later on.
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you, and you'll soon find out. This is child's play down here. Yeah, it's an impressive stage. Almost 12,000 feet over 120 something kilometers. And to finish it off with this is just torture.
So what was going on here back in the day when you were
when I
in
raced?
yellow? Yeah, this point here.
This is where I think Luis Leon Sanchez did a really hard effort to thin out the rest of the pack and set up guessing for the win. And I pretty much finally came unglued right about here and then found my own rhythm. And I didn't lose an enormous amount of time actually, which was good. So I still ended up, that was my 4th second place overall.
I didn't want to remind you of that day, but
yeah.
you know.
Second place is favorite races. This is when Baldy bites. I thought Dan was having a good day. He told me he'd been training hard for this.
This is one of the most popular Strava segments over here in the US, and the current record holder up here on that site is young American Joe Dombrowski, who did a time of 22 minutes and 51 seconds in the race here back in 2012. Now, that was some way down on the race winner that day, Robert Hessink, but somewhere ahead of DZ.
Yeah, most pros will come over here and do this climb in about 25 minutes. I'd say a respectable time for any amateur is about 45 to 50 minutes.
I'm glad you said that, Dave, because it's taken us 48 minutes so far, so we're kind of done pretty respectably for amateurs up here.
We're very respectable amateurs.
Yeah.
But we're almost to the finish.
Remember what I said about letting me win because I'm the boss? Is that right?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, I've seen firsthand exactly why that is the queen stage of this year's Amgen Tour of California. It's super tough, it's up and it's down, it's predominantly up actually, and this final climb is absolutely brutal. Very steep sections, although to be fair, these last few hairpin bends actually aren't too bad. Anyway, whoever wins the stage could well go into the overall race lead and take the win at the end of the race itself, and I'm sure it's going to be a worthy winner.
1, 2, 3,
I'm sure whoever gets second place will also be a worthy second placer. You might want to make your move.